Alright, so I already went ahead and downloaded the file, but let's go to, you just type in KEEPASS in Google if you want. I'll put the link in the description of the video. But there's going to be two installers here and two portable versions. I would actually highly recommend using the portable version because you're not going to have to worry about getting bugged with updates unless that's something you'd like to do. I don't think that the small updates, incremental, are going to really bump up the security much on this thing, but if you're all about that tinfoil hat-ish, you might want to download the installer version. But you go ahead and download that. And as you see, I downloaded it already. It's in a zip folder. Saves it to wherever the path is. I already have a copy of it open without my database showing here. But the way you would use this program, this is KeePass. This is for keeping track of all the passwords for the different accounts you have. I'm an IT guy, so I have probably like 60 passwords different passwords that I have. So I mean, it can get pretty big. You can change when you initially set this thing up. It's just like 3 steps, and you can change the encryption type for the database file if you want to bump it up really high. You don't have to do that, but it'll save it in a different folders. So I would say like your most used ones, I would put in here until you can sort them out in a folder. And then there's a few of them here for banking, online banking. You can do email. But say like got an internet one like Facebook. Let's go ahead and make an entry in here. And then you can say like your username, which is going to be an email address. So email@email.com. So if I wanted to make up a password, that would be a little bit difficult. I can go ahead and I can either type it in into these two bars, or I can have it auto-generate my password. Sorry about all those beeps. Facebook going off. But you could do hex keys, so it's going to be smaller the smaller the hex key is. And some places aren't going to accept them as that big. So if you want, you can define the settings for the password. Say the website will only let me go up to say 24 characters, so I can say 24 there. And it wants me to do a special character and an uppercase character. I have to have that, right? So you can select those things if you would like to. If you want, if you want, you can have it use a word that you like, and you can mix that word up. So I can say like use my name here. All right. So I hit OK. It generates the password for me. It kind of mixed it up a little bit, Brandon, but I mean it's gonna be different every time I do that. Or you can have it exclude certain characters, so they will never show up. You know. Well, that didn't work that time, did it? But you get what I'm saying here. There's a bunch of settings. Each character must occur at the most once, so if you can't have duplicates in there, exclude all lookalike characters. So you don't have any type of confusion in there. That's kind of nice. There's some sample passwords, so if you want to see what they would look like without doing it. So yeah, let's see. 100. Okay, let's preview. Yeah, it's a big password. So it's a really neat file. After you're done doing it, uh, you just make a password, say your URL. Go ahead, go over and copy the URL for, say, like Facebook.com. You know, so you can. I'll show you how to click the links and stuff. Notes. I use the notes in here for, say, if it wasn't a username, like an email address for a username, and there's certain places that you actually have a username for, and you sign up through an email address, and say you have multiple email addresses like I do, like 6 of them. You can put down here, you could put like say your email address that you used for that account so you can track what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. It's getting a little annoying, sorry. But you could put your email address down there for the account that you used, or say you have multiple accounts for Facebook. You could put the email address. I mean, obviously it's right up here, but other websites, you know what I'm saying? So let's say uh, look at this note. Okay. So you can set expiration date on the password if you'd like to. They're not identical, so they'd have to be the same. So you can either copy paste or just show it, and you don't have to type it twice. All right. So here's how you would use this um, neat little tool here. So, all right, so I want to go to facebook.com. Watch this. I just double click facebook.com. Bingo, pops open a link there. So if you look down here on the bottom of the screen where my mouse cursor is, if I double click on this password, it's going to copy it to the clipboard and keep it in there for a certain amount of times. It looks like it was like 12 seconds. Same with the URL. So all I'd have to do is like right click somewhere. Alright, so double click my password, right click, paste, or you can do Control V. Look at this note. I wonder if it does it with the notes. I can't remember. Yep, it does it with the notes too. So if you have a ton of notes in there, your email address too, you just double click it. It didn't work that time. There we go. So, and then if this is the only column right here, where if you double click it, you can edit it. And then after you're done, do not forget the most important part. Save it. If you don't do that, you're going to do all this work importing all your passwords and you're going to have a problem. So, I mean, that's something I would do. All right, I think that's quick enough. Yeah, have a good day. I'm going to end the stream here.